Hey everybody, JKman99 here, and welcome to my official prediction for the 2018 Oscar nominations. So, I'm not going to do all 24 categories, but what I am going to do is I'm going to go through like the primary categories, nothing music. I'm going to go through screenplay, the actors, the directors, and the picture, and that's about it, because doing everything else would take way too long. So, I'm sorry I'm not appearing on camera. Truthfully, just didn't feel like it. So here we go. I'm going to start with the screenplays first. Best adapted screenplay. I feel pretty confident with all of these. I have Molly's Game, Call Me By Your Name, The Disaster Artist, Mudbound, and Wonder. I think those... I feel like the stronger categories this year are in original screenplay, not adapted, so I feel pretty confident that these five will make the list. Anything that I'm not comfortable with, I'm going to give a percentage to, and I will give you another option. If I don't say anything, it'll be like I'm 100% confident, so I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's move on to a Best Original Screenplay. For these, I'm 100% confident with four of them. The Shape of Water, Lady Bird, The Post, and Three Billboards. I think 100% they're all going to get it. It comes down to the last spot, and I gave it to Get Out. I'm only 80% confident with that. I would say another movie that could make it possibly is The Big Sick. And I wouldn't be surprised with that. I honestly wouldn't. But I'm going to give it to Get Out. I'm going to say 4 out of 5 chances. Get Out should get a Best Original Screenplay here. So those are my 5 options there. Okay, so for Best Supporting Actress, I basically, I'm 100% confident with all of these, even the downsizing category. I'm actually very confident with that. But there are the last one I was a little unsure of. It came down between Holly Hunter and Octavia Spencer. And I decided, you know what? I decided to go with Holly Hunter on this one. Just barely. I don't really have a good explanation for it. I just feel that they're going to want to give Big Sick something. So I am going with Holly Hunter as the 5th one. And the rest of them I feel very good about. Ooh, Best Supporting Actor. Okay, once again, 4 out of 5 I'm 100% confident with for Florida Project, Shape of Water, Three Billboards, and Call Me By Your Name. But then the last one is an interesting one, because I feel like a movie's going to have to double up here. Either Call Me By Your Name is going to get 2, or Three Billboards is going to get 2. And I decided to go with Michael Strahlberg for Call Me By Your Name. And these numbers are all arbitrary, but I'm about 33% confident that he's actually going to get that. So my confidence level with my own pick here is very low. For the other 4, I'm great. With that last one, I'm really not sure. Other options, I would say Christopher Plummer, and that would really be the realistic switcheroo there. If that one happened, I would not be surprised at all, honestly. I really think it's a coin flip. I'd give it to Strahlberg just a little bit, only because it's in the bigger name movie. So I would say Christopher Plummer at 30%. Woody Harrelson at 20%. I actually liked this is just a personal opinion, but I liked Woody Harrelson's character way better than Sam Rockwell's character in Three Billboards. I know the critics aren't, or I shouldn't say the critics. I know the Academy is not going to see it that way, but that's how I see it. But I'm not going to change what I think that the Academy is going to do here. So I said Woody Harrelson at 20%. Actually, I think he was the best character in that movie, but I totally digress. And at 10%, what I would so love, but they're not going to do it, Patrick Stewart for Logan as Professor Charles Xavier. Oh my God, I would love that. He got nominated for critics. I would love it if he got it for Best Supporting Actor at the actual Academy. None of the comic book movies, with the exception of the Joker, and there might be a couple others I'm not thinking of, have actually broken through that barrier. So it would just be great if the X-Men universe or the MCU somehow broke through and actually got an Academy Award, I think that would be awesome, but it's not going to happen. Okay. That was Best Supporting Actor. So now we are on Best Director. I'm 100% confident with the first three. Shape of Water, Three Billboards, and Dunkirk. I'm 100% sure those will be 3 of the 5 categories. It all comes down to the other 2. And again, I'm 33% confident with the 2 that I picked. It's a 3-way tie, if you will, between, I think, Spielberg, Gerwig, and Peele for The Post, Lady Bird, and Get Out, respectively. And I really am struggling with this one. I really want to say that it will go to Greta Gerwig and Jordan Peele. They're first-time directors. Spielberg's been nominated before, and that's what I really think could happen. See, here's why I'm going to go with Spielberg for the 4th spot. It's because he was nominated as Best Director in the Golden Globes, and the other 2 weren't. So he definitely gets that spot. Because of that, again, unbiased opinion, that's why he gets it. However, what about the other 2? And that's where it's a coin flip. They're first-time directors. I loved Get Out. I loved Lady Bird. They're both good movies. I've gone back and forth on this. I've put both of them in the final spot. And I will tell you my honest opinion. It's going to sound a little strange, but just hear me out. I think Jordan Peele's direction was better, but I'm going with Greta Gerwig because I think if it's a pure skill, it should be Jordan Peele over Greta Gerwig for the director. They should both get it, but they're not. They're not going to because Spielberg, I think, because he got the Golden Globe and the other 2 didn't. I think they're going to have to choose between one of them. I would love it if they kicked Spielberg out and they gave it to both of them, but I don't see that happening. Okay, best actress. I'm 100% confident with Sally Hawkins, Frances McDormand, and Saoirse Ronan. And then next I have Margot Robbie for I, Tonya, but I only have that at 80%. There's a small possibility she won't get it. And then finally I have a 3-way tie between Jessica Chastain, Meryl Streep, and Judi Dench. I could easily see this one going to Meryl. I really can. But that's not what I'm going to predict. I'm going to predict that Jessica Chastain gets this one barely. I really believe it's interchangeable. But I believe she's going to get it just because I'm hearing great things about Molly's Game. And I feel like the Academy's going to want to do something with Molly's Game. So I'm going with Jessica Chastain for the 5th spot there. Okay, for Best Actor, I'm very confident with the first 4 for Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Disaster Project, and Get Out. It's the 3rd one I'm having issues with. No, now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go 80% again. I could see the other 3 jumping in and kicking him off, but I doubt it. I really do. But I believe there's a small chance, just like with Margot Robbie with the Best Actress category. But Oldman, Franco, and those guys I'm good with. But I think it's going to be a 3-way tie between Daniel Day-Lewis, Tom Hanks, and Denzel Washington. And straight up, it's Daniel Day-Lewis's first movie since Lincoln, I believe. And I think it's his last movie. So I think he's going to get the nod for Phantom Thread. I don't think he's going to win. I know there's just nominations, but I don't see myself changing my mind in a couple months. But we'll see. I think Gary Oldman has it hands down. But I think this is really the only hands down category. But yeah, I'm going to say Daniel Day-Lewis will get that 5th nomination there. Okay, finally, Best Picture. This one I really struggled with because I really believe there should only be 5 or 6 movies in Best Picture this year. I don't think it should extend like it has been. So for my 100% movies, and I'll explain this as best as I can, I agree and I believe that Get Out, Lady Bird, Three Billboards, Call Me By Your Name, and Shape of Water will all be Best Picture nominees. Dunkirk, I don't understand the appeal of Dunkirk, but I'm 100% sure it will be a Best Picture nominee. And I should say at this time, since we're on these topics, I'm not a huge fan of Three Billboards either. But when I get in, I'm going to save that for for the Oscar prediction special that I'll do, and I'll explain my reasons for Three Billboards then. Um, so then my question was, okay, how many do I really believe they're going to do? And I believe they're going to do 8 this year. Um, so maybe 7, but I don't see them dipping below 8. So I had to pick 2 movies. So with basically a 50% certainty for the second 2, even though I have 100% for the above 6, I am going with The Post for the 7th spot, and finally for the 8th spot, I'm actually going with The Big Sick. Now I realize that might surprise some people, and again, I'm 50% confident with that one. Here are my other options. Just none of them I really believe 100% will switch spots. There's one that I think might do it, but I'm not sure. My other options were The Disaster Project, Darkest Hour, Coco, Mudbound, and Florida Project. Um, and I would say if any of those 5 were to switch places with The Big Sick, I would give it to Disaster Project. Um, Everyone loves The Room. I don't really understand people's interest in that movie, quite frankly, but I realize that's going to have some swaying there. So I could easily see that being a Best Picture nominee, or even just being added to the list and becoming the 9th. But I would say I really think they're going to go with 8, and they'll probably switch out Big Sick with Disaster Project if that were to happen. The other 4, I don't know, maybe Florida Project. I don't see them going with Mudbound, even though Mudbound is probably my second favorite of the Best Picture options right now. And hopefully during the Academies, I'll be able to explain why I like Mudbound. Coco, I'm just kind of throwing in there at 5% because, they used to do the animated movies, so maybe. So we'll see. We'll really see what happens there. But, yeah, so just to recap, my final prediction for Best Picture, sorry, are Get Out, Lady Bird, Three Billboards, Call Me By Your Name, The Shape of Water, Dunkirk, The Big Sick, and The Post. So, okay, everyone, that's all I got. And thank you so much for tuning in. And let me know what you think the nominations are going to be. We only have a few more weeks, so just let me know what you think. And everybody take care. And on a personal note, go Bills on Sunday. Please get into the playoffs. Peace out, everybody.